A man and a woman stood on top of the Eiffel Tower, every inch in love. If not with each other, then certainly with life itself. They were both grinning like schoolchildren. Actually, the woman was dressed exactly like a schoolgirl, with a short navy skirt, silk blouse tied with a red ribbon, and a neat straw hat perched on golden hair that was on very good terms with the breeze. The man was the kind of man you could only meet in Paris, with a long coat, an even longer skirt, and a lot of curling hair. The overall impression was of someone who had been completely knitted, apart from the teeth. You could see a lot of the teeth because the man was always laughing. Nice, isn't it? The doctor said, waiting for a reaction from Romana. The doctor spent a lot of time waiting for a reaction from Romana. Sometimes even K9, his robot dog, could be more enthusiastic. Although upon landing, he'd heard talk of cobbled streets and refused to come out of the TARDIS, their time and space machine. Romana and the Doctor were both Time Lords from the planet Gallifrey. He'd long ago left behind that world of august domes and hushed cloisters, running away to see the universe, accidentally saving most of it as he went. Romana had joined him fairly recently. A mere stripling of 125, she had come to him fresh out of the Time Lord Academy. She still had a lot of unlearning to do, and there was one problem with Romana, one big, nagging problem. Suddenly, for the first time in his many lives, the Doctor rather feared that he was no longer the cool one, which was why he'd been hoping to land somewhere impressive. He felt a tiny bit of a thrill when they'd landed in Paris. The city never failed. Well, I think it's nice, the Doctor repeated, hopefully. Romana looked around and nodded. The Doctor's heart sank towards his boots. But it's not quite as you described it, Romana said, Mary. Oh, the Doctor said carefully. The TARDIS was parked around the corner. With a bit of luck, they could be back there in 10 minutes on their way somewhere else. Yes, that was it. Call it a misfire, Paris. Bad idea. Romana looked around again, sniffing the air, and her cautious smile broadened. No, it's so much better. That was a relief. It's the only place in the universe where you can truly relax, said the Doctor. Truly relaxing. It's marvelous, Romana sniffed the air again, getting a lot from it. Petrol fumes, wood smoke, rain on pavements, and, more than that, animals and vegetables being roasted over minerals. She exhaled. Ah, that bouquet. What Paris has, the Doctor said, warming to his subject, is an ethos, a life. A bouquet? Suggested Romana, being genuinely helpful. A spirit, all of its own, that must be savoured like a wine. It has a bouquet? It has a bouquet. Having failed to find a better word, the Doctor borrowed it and pronounced it definitively. A bouquet, exactly. Just like a good wine. Of course, you have to pick one of the vintage years. What year is this? Asked Romana, its suspicion forming. Ah, yes, well, it's 1979, actually. More of a table wine, shall we say. The randomizer is a useful device, but it lacks true discrimination. He gripped a broad Malcolm mat of a grin. Shall we sip it and see?